Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi Zidni Ilma. You have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Dr. Sadia Rafiq, and under the supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal, today my topic of presentation is solid waste disposal and septic tank. Learning outlines include introduction about solid waste, types of solid waste, methods of its disposal, health impacts, septic tank, recent updates, and multiple choice questions. Learning outcome. At the end of this presentation, participants would be able to have understanding what various means and methods of solid waste disposal, working of septic tank, and recent updates. Starting with the solid waste and its effects. Solid waste refers to any unwanted product in our environment or from our daily items that is not a liquid or gas. The solid waste or improper disposal affects the environment in many ways, such as the pollution in air, water, and soil, and can block water drains. It can spread diseases like dysentery, cholera, and vector-borne diseases such as malaria and dengue. There are two main types of solid waste. One is municipal solid waste and second is non-municipal solid waste. And these two types of waste vary by where the waste originates. Municipal solid waste. MSW includes all items from homes and business that people no longer have any use for. These wastes are commonly called trash or garbage, and items included are paper, food, plastic, textiles, leather, wood, glass, metal, sanitary waste, and septic tanks and other wastes. You can see these are all included in municipal waste, household, institutional, commercial, construction, road sweeping, retailers, and shops, household. If we see the physical composition, you can see the maximum 30% is food waste. Then the 18% is plastic, and this is cardboard, etc. Non-municipal solid waste. Waste that is not created by community activities or residential or commercial establishments are non-municipal solid waste. It includes solid waste generated by industries. So the sources of solid waste are from residential, commercial, institutional, and last, industrial. Characteristics of the solid waste are its density, moisture content, size of waste constituent, calorific value, field capacity, permeability of compacted waste, compressibility, and chemical characteristics. Solid waste classification. First, combustible or non-combustible, depending on whether they will burn or not. And second is depending on the inherent dangers associated with physical and chemical properties, solid waste can be classified either hazardous or non-hazardous. Methods of waste disposal are landfill, incineration, waste compaction, biogas generation, composting, and vermicomposting. If we see the percentage, you can see 33% includes the composting. This green 25.2% is landfill, and 13.5% is sanitary landfill, and different methods, percentage of different methods. So these are the different methods. Numbers in landfill, incineration, waste compaction, biogas generation, compositing, and vermicomposting. Now we discuss one by one. What is landfill? In this process, the waste that cannot be reused or recycled are separated out and spread as a thin layer in low-lying areas across a city. A layer of soil is added after each layer of garbage. However, once this process is complete, the area is declared unfit for construction of building for the next 20 years. Instead, it can be only used for playground or a park. Incineration. Incineration is a process of controlled combustion of garbage to reduce it to incombustible matter such as ash and waste gas. The exhaust gases from this process may be toxic, hence it is treated before being released into the environment. This process reduces the volume of waste by 90% and is considered as one of the most hygienic methods of waste disposal. In some cases, the heat generator is used to produce electricity. However, this process is not environmentally friendly due to generation of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Waste compaction. The waste materials such as cans and plastic bottles are compacted into blocks and sent for recycling. This process prevents the oxidation of metals and reduces air spaces need, thus making transportation and positioning easy. Biogas generation. Biodegradable waste such as food items, animal waste, or organic industrial waste from food packing industries are sent to biodegradation plants. In these plants, they are converted to biogas by degradation with the help of bacteria, fungi, or other microbes. Hence, the organic matter serves as food for the microorganisms. The degradation can happen aerobically or anaerobically. Biogas is generated as a result of this process, which is used as fuel, and the residue is used as manure. Composting. All organic materials decomposes with time. Food scraps, yard waste, etc. make up for one of the major organic waste we throw every day. The process of composting starts with these organic waste being buried under layers of soil and then are left to decay under the action of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. This results in the formation of nutrient-rich manure. Also, this process ensures that the nutrients are replenished in the soil. Besides enriching the soil, composting also increases the water retention capacity. In agriculture, it is the best alternative to chemical fertilizers. Vermicomposting. It is a process of using worms for the degradation of organic matter into nutrient-rich manure. Worms consume and digest the organic matter. The byproduct of digestion, which are excreted out by the worms, make the soil nutrient-rich, thus enhancing the growth of bacteria and fungi. It is also far more effective than traditional composting. So these are different methods. You can see this is the landfill, it is the incineration, it is the disposal is at the end, it is the ash, then it is the composting, it is vermicomposting, it is the biogas generation. Purpose of solid waste disposal. The beneficial use of solid waste keeps material out of landfill and reduces the amount of raw material used in construction and other industries. It can also generate profits for participating organizations and reduce their disposal costs. Problems of solid waste. Poor waste management ranging from non-existing collection system to ineffective disposal causes air pollution, water and soil contamination. Open and unsanitary landfills contribute to contamination of drinking water and can cause infection and transmit diseases. Solid waste management. The term solid waste management mainly refers to the complete process of collecting, treating, and disposing of solid waste. In this process, the wastes are collected from different sources and disposed of. This process includes collection, transportation, treatment, analysis, and disposal of waste. So it has basically six components, which are on-site storage, processing and handling, collection, transfer and transport, resource recovery, and final disposal. You can see this picture, this collection, transportation, recovery, processing, and disposal. 7 principles of solid waste management, 7 R's basically of recycling: recycle, reuse, reduce, reuse, repair, regift, and recover. Reuse, think before you buy, do I need this? Bring your own shopping bag, then reduce the amount. Then regift, buy goods that last a long time. Then recover, then the reuse, repair, and the recycle. Give things that you no longer use or need to friends or family, donate them to local op shops. 5 functions of solid waste management. If you see that it's hierarchy, the first is waste minimization or reduce at the source. Then the recycling, waste processing, waste transformation, and disposal on land. If we say it is the prevention, reduce, reuse, energy recovery, or disposal, this is the most favored option, and these are least favored options. So it is the integrated solid waste management, basically. Most favored and least favored. If you see, first the reduction, reduce at the site of production, reduction, then the reuse, then recycle, then recover, and disposal. What are the challenges in it? Because there is lack of infrastructure, lack of human resource, insufficient budget for solid waste management, limitations of technology, lack of participation in waste segregation and source due to low awareness, low waste collection fee, institution and policy for solid waste management. Conclusion: the behavior of generating garbage is too dangerous not only for today's generation but also for future generation. It is critical to educate people and encourage them to practice recycle, reuse, and reduce instead of producing waste. Waste disposal should be a priority for the municipalities and governments. 5S and 6 Sigma. These are basically 5S pillars, which are sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. These are Japanese words, provide a methodology for organizing, cleaning, developing, and sustaining a productive work environment. So you can see first sort means organization, then set in order, which is orderness, and shine is cleanliness. Keep all aspects of workplace clean, then discipline, and this all pool is into sustain ongoing improvement, maintain and further develop the standards, achieve and continue best practice. The second term in this is 5S Kaizen. 5S is a philosophy and a way of organizing and managing the workplace and work. Flow with the intent to improve efficiency by eliminating waste, improving flow, and reducing process unreasonableness. So if we compare Kaizen and Six Sigma, Kaizen tries to improve the business as a whole by creating a standard way of working, increasing efficiency, and eliminating business waste. So it's basic the improvement. Where Six Sigma is more focused on quality output, the final product. This is facilitated through finding and eliminating the cause of defect. So it is continuous. What is the impact of waste management? Poor waste management contributes to climate change and air pollution and directly affects many ecosystems of species. Landfills considered the last resort in the waste hierarchy. Release methane, a very powerful greenhouse gas linked to climate change. This is the picture you can see. 481 kgs of municipal waste is generated by per person, and 42% can be recycled. So this is the hierarchy. You can see the prevention is at the top, then minimization, reuse, recycle, energy recovery, and the last, which is the least favorite option, is the disposal. Solid waste management policy of Pakistan. The government of Pakistan has decided in October 2021 the target of 50% reduction in greenhouse gases emission by 2030 from 20%. This roadmap for Pakistan's solid waste management sector covers both the management of waste and assessment of greenhouse gases impact. Issues. Pakistan lacks waste management infrastructure like other developing countries, creating serious environmental problems. Most municipal waste is either burned, dumped, or buried on vacant lots, threatening the health and the welfare of general population. These are the strategies for reducing greenhouse gas emission from municipal waste management in Pakistan. It is from 2016. This was the incineration approach, and this is recycling approach. You can see in 2016 it was like that. And in 2025, the incineration approach is this much, and in 2025, it is targeted to lower these both values by a recycling approach and incineration approach. So solid waste management awareness program also been started in Pakistan in Urdu for the awareness of the common people. And you can see that's read, reduce, reuse, and recycle logo in it. Now moving towards the septic tank. Septic tank is an underground chamber made of concrete, fiberglass, or plastic through which domestic wastewater, which is sewage, flow from basic sewage treatment. Settling and anaerobic digestion process reduces solids and organics, but the treatment efficiency is only moderate. Septic tank systems are a type of simple on-site sewage facility. They can be used in areas that are not connected to sewage system, such as rural areas. The treated liquid effluent is commonly disposed in a septic drain field, which provides further treatment. Nonetheless, groundwater pollution may occur, can be a problem. The term septic refers to the anaerobic bacterial environment that develops in the tank that decomposes or mineralizes the waste discharge into the tank. Septic tanks can be coupled with other on-site wastewater treatment units such as biofilters or aerobic system involving artificially forced aeration. The rate of accumulation of sludge, also called septage or fecal sludge, is faster than the rate of decomposition. Therefore, the accumulated fecal sludge must be periodically removed, which is commonly done with a vacuum truck. So you can see this is a picture of the home and the septic tank and further things. I describe you in next slides. What is the use of septic tank? Septic tank purpose is to separate solids from the wastewater, store and partially decompose as much as solid materials as possible, which allowing the liquid or effluent to go to drain field. It is the drain field. Maintenance of septic tank: inspect and pump frequently. Household septic tanks are typically pumped every 3 to 5 years. Routine pumping can prevent expensive failures such as clogged drain feed or sewage backing up into the home. Alternative system with electrical float switches, pumps, or mechanical components should be inspected more often, generally once a year. Different types of septic tanks are gravity, pressure distribution, and sand filter and mold systems. Installation of septic tanks. Septic tanks are installed underground, normally 50 meters away from the household. They are usually made up of two chambers or compartments and one tank that receives wastewater pipe from inlet pipe. For those that live in cities and towns, septic tanks are not needed as wastewater will be transported and dealt with their sewage system. So if you see the septic tank, you can see it's the inlet and it's the outlet. And these are the two chambers in it, and these are the access risers. So septic tank will digest organic material and separate floatable matters, oil and grease, and solid from the wastewater. A septic tank will be connected with two pipes, inlet and outlet. The inlet pipe is used to transport the water waste from house and collect into the septic tank. The second pipe is outlet pipe. It can also call the drain feed. This pipe moves out the processed wastewater from the septic tank and spreads evenly in the soil and water courses. When wastewater has been collected after a while, it will begin to separate into three layers. So the water which is inside, it is divided into three layers from the inlet. First is scum, second is wastewater, and third is sludge. So the first is floating scum layer, which is soap, greases, toilet papers, etc. The middle layer contains wastewater along with waste particles. And the third and bottom layer consists of particles that are heavier than water and form a layer of sludge. Bacteria inside the tank does its best to break down the solid waste, which then allows liquid to separate and drain away easily. What is left at the bottom of the tank is what needs to be periodically removed as a part of general maintenance. This is one of the reasons when the septic tank is only the basic form of sewage treatment. So step by step working. Water from your kitchen bathroom runs through one main drainage pipe leading to your septic tank. Underground, the septic tank starts the process of holding the wastewater. It needs to hold this long enough so the solid settles down to the bottom, while oil and grease floats on the top. After this process, the liquid waste, which is effluent, will then be able to exit the tank into the drain field. This wastewater is discharged through pipes onto porous surfaces. This allows wastewater to filter through the soil. The soil excretes and disperses wastewater as it percolates through the soil, ultimately discharging to underground. Finally, the wastewater percolates in the soil, naturally removing harmful coliform bacteria, viruses, and nutrients. So you can see this thing. Conventional septic system, it is a home, it's a septic tank, these are drain field, and this is a wastewater treatment in soil. Moving towards recent updates. According to WHO, healthcare waste, 85% is basically general non-hazardous waste, when 15% is considered hazardous, which is could be infectious, toxic, or radioactive. A roadmap for the policymakers, solid waste management sector in Pakistan. This national guide is intended for policymakers as well as project developers and development professionals to facilitate policy dialogues and action planning by providing an analysis of country's waste management system, the steps to develop the roadmap, including methods used in estimating greenhouse gases emissions and capacity, institutional development, and recommendation for financing the roadmap. Compendium of WHO and other United Nations guidance on health and environment are also available on their sites. National Waste Management Strategy 2019 to 23 has been developed as integrated waste management strategy, which targets both solid waste and chemical and hazardous waste to address priority action to be taken for the next 5 years till 2023. One of the article, which was a comparative study of municipal solid waste disposal in 3 Chinese representative cities. Basically, in this abstract, China is facing severe environmental problems. The total municipal solid waste has dramatically increased and presented great challenges all over the countries. So in this study, the different factors were analyzed and forecasted quantity of municipal waste generation in respective cities in China, providing valuable evidence for the severe MCVW disposal situation of different economic zones in China. The second is, do socioeconomic factors influence household solid waste disposal system? And it was a study conducted in Ghana, and it was concluded that solid waste disposal at unimproved places were largely influenced by socioeconomic characteristics other than income or welfare of the household. It was recommended continuous advocacy programs on improved solid waste management systems led by the various decentralized government structures such as district assemblies to curb the menace. Now it's time for the multiple choice questions. Municipal solid waste includes all items from homes and business that people no longer have safe any use for. Which of the following solid waste describe the term municipal solid waste? Toxic, hazardous, non-toxic, non-hazardous. Anyone? It's D, non-hazardous. It is critical to educate people and encourage them to practice recycle, reuse, and reduce instead of producing waste. Which of the following is done on an individual level? Burning, disposal, recycling, source reduction, energy production.
E. Alpha.
The correct option is D, source reduction. In the waste management process, the waste are collected from different sources and are disposed of. This process includes collection, transportation, treatment, analysis, and disposal of waste. Which of the following plan is used as a waste management plan? Plan for reuse, the integrated plan, plan of recycling, reducing, energy production plan.
C. Plan of recycling.
It's B. Basically, it is the integrated plan which has the integration of different things in it. So B is the correct option. Poor waste management ranging from non-existing collection system to effective disposal causes air pollution, water, and soil contamination. The process of burning municipal solid waste under suitable temperature and condition in specific furnace is called landfill, incineration, recycling, vermicomposting, or compositing.
Beta.
Yes, incineration is the correct answer. Depending on the inherent danger associated with physical and chemical properties, solid waste can be classified as either hazardous or non-hazardous. The burning of solid waste is not recommended because it is very costly, requires a lot of space, requires modern technologies, and it causes several environmental issues.
D.
D is the correct answer. It causes several environmental issues. Solid waste refers to any unwanted product in an environment or from a daily item that is not liquid or gas. Which of the following is the oldest and the most common method used to dump solid waste? River, ocean, landfill, or storehouses?
B. B.
No, C. Landfill is the common practice. Whoa. Poor waste management contributes to climate change and air pollution and directly affects many ecosystem and species. Which of the following gas is produced in open dumps from the decomposition of biodegradable wastes? Nitrogen, methane, hydrogen, helium, sulfur. B is the correct option, methane. The solid waste on improper disposal affects the environment in many different ways, such as pollution in air, water, and soil, and can block water drains. Which of the following is the simplest and most common method used in cities to dump the waste that are collected? Manure pits, burial, landfill, dumping, or incineration?
C.
Yes, correct. 9. A septic tank is an underground chamber made of concrete, fiberglass, or plastic through which domestic wastewater flows from basic sewage treatment. Septic tank in which kind of water treatment? Aerobic method on-site sewage treatment and anaerobic method of on-site sewage treatment, physical method of sewage water treatment, and physiochemical method of sewage water treatment.
B.
Yes. B is the correct option, anaerobic method of on-site sewage treatment. Septic tank's purpose is to separate solid from wastewater, store and partially decompose as much solid waste material as possible while allowing the liquid or effluent to go to the drain field. Septic tank involves sedimentation alone, sedimentation plus sludge digestion alone, sewage aeration plus sedimentation.
D.
No, B is the correct answer. Sedimentation plus sludge digestion. This is my key. These are my references, my YouTube link, and thank you so much.